So anyway, now we can do the meditation. And the meditation is one of the most beautiful things I have the pleasure to teach on a Friday evening here. You learn how to really let go, be in this moment, make peace, be kind, be gentle. That make peace, be kind, be gentle was one of the legitimate translations of the second factor of the Eightfold Path taught by the Buddha. That's why I love keep repeating it. Make peace, be kind, and be gentle. For one ranger retreat, for 3 months, that's all I taught the monks of Bodhinyana Monastery. Make peace, be kind, be gentle. It's the most brilliant meditation teachings you could possibly give. So right now, with your body and your mind, can you make peace with your body? See what it needs to bring it to a state of peace. And then you'll take your mind to a state of peace as well. But you have to start with your body. It's one of the reasons why when I begin my meditation, I observe my body with this quality I call kindfulness. It's not just mindfulness, I add the kindness. I'm kind to my body. And I'm aware, which knows, am I really being kind? Where does that kindness needed most? And just to make sure, I start with my feet and relax them to the max. And I don't need to move them. I just need to be aware of them. Add this wonderful kindness. And I feel that everything starts to relax. And sometimes the monks give me foot massage to make sure that they are mindful and kind. And then last Sunday, apparently when I had a foot massage, I was really tired and I started snoring. It's very effective. So I learned how to feel my feet and know when they are relaxed, and how not to hold any part of that furthest part of my body from my brain, not to hold anything tight. Let everything relax, get loose, ease off. And I know I do spend too much time on my feet on this meditation, but it has such a beautiful effect. I feel the pleasure of relaxation. And then I go to my ankles and lower legs. That's all I'm aware of right now, honestly. I can feel them. And it supports my body. And I want to make sure they're relaxed, at ease, at peace. I don't force them. I don't order them. I don't control them. That's one of the big mistakes in meditation, too much control. Instead, just this beautiful sense of kindness and the ease which the mindfulness and kindness bring. And I can become aware of that. That's what tells me that I've done the job on my lower legs. I go to my knee. My goodness, my knee, it should be much more painful than it is right now. I've fallen off bikes, fallen off cliffs, had lots of injuries, and I'm aware of my knees right now. I know how to relax them and bring them to a place of peace. And they comply. Every Friday evening when I sit here, I feel my knees with my mind, aware of them. I know how to relax them. And they relax deeper than when I started. And it feels very delightful. It's kind of a free happiness people are too tense to be able to notice. When you do relax, realize they're there. It can relax so wonderfully, beautifully well. I go to my thighs. They're not usually a problem. And my buttocks, they're poised on top of a cushion. And I can feel the pressure of the weight of the body on top of that cushion. Well, I know as long as it's evenly balanced, that feeling will soon disappear, because it doesn't change. It becomes like ambient noise, ambient feeling, so it doesn't disturb anymore. Then I go up from the butt to my back, and I'm sensitive to the feelings in my back. Sensitive enough to know if any part of my back is badly positioned. And I move it this way and that way, just for a minute or so, until I get the optimum position for my back. And then I do something really interesting. I start scanning the attention up my body, on the inside. Because it's on the inside, you can kind of feel, the colon, intestines. And if any of that part of my digestive system is stuck or is painful, if you've got some indigestion, you've learned over the years how to heal that indigestion just by being aware and being kind. Most of the aches and pains in the body are just an overreaction. This is what the body does, but does it wrong. Go to the stomach, and even there you relax it to the max, until the whole lower part of the body feels just so free and at ease. I go to my lungs as well, hay fever season. Please, I don't need any medication. You can feel the lungs. You relax them. A lot of the hay fever is, again, an overreaction of the body. When you meditate, that disappears. You don't need that much oxygen, and the oxygen is going in and out perfectly. Go to my heart region, and that's nicely relaxed. I don't force, I don't stop. I just get out of the way and let my body heal and do what it needs to do. And if any of you, as you're sweeping your attention through the body, experiences some ache or pain or some weird feeling, please stay there. Go as close to it as possible, inside of it if you possibly can, and give as much kindness and softness as you possibly can manufacture. And that's usually the way that cancers are overcome. And then I go up to my shoulders. I do that because it's very easy to be aware of the tension in your shoulders, if you have some today, and how to relax that so deeply. How do you relax? How do you let go? You just imagine that you're holding onto those muscles, stretching them, not allowing them to relax. Now both my shoulders on the left side, the right side, I make sure I'm not pulling at them. I'm loosening them. or just like strings on a guitar. You loosen the tension by twirling those little knobs which stretch the strings. So they get very loose. It's called letting go. And my whole shoulders and upper arms get quite deeply relaxed. And then I go to my forearms, wrists and hands. On the end of my hands are my fingers. And if I need to, I ask my fingers, how are you? And if they reply that they need to be adjusted, I tell them, please, make yourself comfortable. I just move my fingers to make them comfortable. Or rather, I've let them move. And now, my arms, my torso, my butt, my legs are all really comfortable. Just sitting here. I watch each part of them to make sure they're comfortable. And I go to my neck. I find by moving my head either forward or back, to the left or the right, I can find the best balance. So my neck feels comfortable holding the weight of my head. And I go to the front of my head, my face. There's a lot of sensitivity on that face, and that facial features, they carry some of the emotional weight you may have through fear, tiredness, planning, worry. That's why I learn how to relax the muscles around my eyes, around my nose, and around my mouth, those three areas. So the eyes are closed, the mouth is closed, but not shut down tight. They're comfortably at ease, resting, receiving no irritating sights, not having to reply to any words. So my face feels at ease. And I just look at my whole body sitting here, everything united together. And I pause for a little while, being aware of the body. If this happens to you, well done. Until I can feel the delight of relaxation. Because I've been doing this for so long, it comes to me after a minute or two. Relaxing the body, you feel so much joy. It's pleasurable to be relaxed. As my body is relaxed, if I notice that joy and am mindful of it and don't stop it, but let it be, the joy gets more and more enjoyable. And my relaxation gets more deep. It feels good. And when it gets to a certain level, then I let the body kind of vanish, leave it alone, and start relaxing my mind. Usually I start looking at peace. How peaceful am I right now? Why? What does peace feel like? One thing you will notice, peace exists in this present moment. You never feel peace when you look at your past or your future. The peace is how you experience this beautiful present moment, which means you don't have to do anything. Stop doing things. Then you can experience the deep peace in the mind. And the peace is even more delightful than the relaxation of the body. And peace is so healthy. But don't try and capture that peace, force it or contain it. Just let it be. Then it gets deeper. And soon the peace turns into the next level of meditation, which is the silence. You realize you don't need to measure things or give things names. You let it be and let it go. I will now be quiet for 5 or 10 minutes until the end of the meditation period. It's getting very close to the end of the meditation period now. How do you feel? I learned not to open my eyes at the end of a meditation period. When I thought it was over, I would still linger for a minute or two. And first of all, I'd notice how beautiful peace was. It's not a theory anymore for you, it's an experience of peace and freedom and lightness. And I remember how it was caused. This is where I learnt from my own experience how meditation works. Then afterwards I compare it with how the Buddha taught. I get so inspired how accurate those teachings were. And I'd linger in that silence, in that peace, as long as possible. When it's time to come out, I try and draw people out gently. So I never like ringing gongs. I usually just try to let the sound of the gong bring you out from the peace of meditation. So thank you. And I hope you enjoyed that meditation as much as I do, or at least half as much, even a quarter as much. Such a beautiful thing to do, to be able to sit quietly. So those who want just to stretch their legs a little bit, I'll start giving the evening talk just in a couple of minutes.